approaching the farmhouse plus the stone quarry that the contractor family runs. This is the first glimpse of it. They clearly have a fleet of dump trucks and quarry trucks, which makes it necessary for them to own a garage here to fix them and keep them in ship shape. And that's where I guess the expertise of Hafiz comes in, where he is now able to supervise the maintenance of all of this fleet. So we're entering his personal private garage where he has his bike collection, and happy to take a picture of Gulfie with this formidable bike collection and the garage that he has here. Well, this is really the garage. His collection is probably somewhere else. He's got two new bikes that he's brought into the shop. They're close to 70 some years old, used perhaps in the mid-30s, 1930s I mean. Hello and welcome to some Gulfie modifications. As I told you before, I had a good friend who came in from South Africa and brought me a shower cube. That's what the shower cube sort of looks like. It's a front runner model and it has four sides. Here at the workshop, Hafiz contractor and that's his lovely wife, Sherry, who are helping me fit this on to the roof rack over here, right under the rooftop tent. I am absolutely not very handy and have no idea, or if I did, I'm very accident prone, so I'm likely to chop off a finger or cut it or something, and so very afraid to be very handy. Of course I know what needs to be done, and here Hafiz is extremely super handy, knows what needs to be done, and is going to do this and help me out. So the idea is to drill holes right there into the side of the roof rack, and hopefully fasten it and reinforce it so that the bumps and the rides of the car and off-road will not weigh it down and cut the bolt.
हाँ? नहीं ना आज तो खाली अटकाओ माप माटे मुख बीच में अब एक काम कर छोड़ दे ना मैंने यहाँ से नहीं राकेश यहाँ से मुख किया फिर लाकड़ी की पाइप लगा
So Hafiz, as you do this, tell me what you're planning and what are you trying to do here?
we're going to brace it in two more places over here, one on top and one on the bottom so it doesn't fall off. This is just a temporary fix, just for us to take our measurements. That's okay.
So this is a way to keep this propped up. It's what you call Desi style jugaad. So this is where, once installed, will potentially be the shower area, covered on all four sides. You can see from the top. And the shower system will also be piped into this area, so you can have a nice clean shower based on how dirty you feel or where we camp, where we set up shop, all of that. Now Gulfie getting to be more and more self-contained, ready to go off grid. We have another water tank to fit in here as well, and that would be the next project right after the shower cube. This is a front runner product. That's what it'll look like once installed, and it'll fold right in, roll up, and sort of look like this awning over here. So when we are driving, the shower cube is going to be as concealed as the awning is on this side. So it's very rare that I see a real enthusiast have a workshop better than the pros have it, and just a little glimpse of everything that he's got here. I'm assuming this is a lathe machine. Now you're better equipped than most garages in this country I've seen. So if a garage is going to be like this, you can also imagine what his vehicles are going to look like, his collection. Well, these are the newest members of his motorcycle collection, which we will go see after this. But I believe late 30s, early 40s, 1900, not this century. And these are PSA racing bikes. Brought here to get, I wouldn't say restored, they look pretty immaculate conditions already, but I'm sure he has his way of putting his touch to it and making it as real as it ever was. Clearly working on this car. I envy the kind of talent a mechanic has. I wish I had that. I would be a little more bold and daring. Oh, and the big reveal. This is the pride and joy in the making. So Hafiz, what is this?
This is 1942 Cadillac Series 61.
1942 Series 61 Cadillac. At some point we'll go on this lift when they start building and putting in the engine. Oh, she looks beautiful. And that's the bare shell at this point, all nicely painted olive green. The fuel tanks and all the goodies. This is like the ultimate toy store for a man who can spend his entire life here and still be happy. Wow, what a garage. And as he reveals the engine, oh look, it's never been used a day. Has this already been refurbished?
Yeah, rebuilt, running, tuned, all ready to go.
So what's the next step on it?
Upholstery.
Upholstery and the lighting,
Yeah.
the electric
Le-
wiring.
Wiring is done, just the lights going to be put on.
How long did this project take you?
8 years
8 years.
Yes.
Are you serious?
with bodywork, mechanicals,
And all
getting
of that,
parts
all
from
of that-
America.
all of that was done here.
Yeah, all in house.
All of that was done by you and your boys.
Yes.
And no, not you, Sherry. And you?
Research team.
You were in the research team. Okay, the procurement team. All right. So it takes a family to
The
get
resource
this.
person.
Say what?
The resource person.
The
Mr.
resource
Finding.
person. And see, it's all about these little pieces here. Now, these are what is called attention to detail, and the devil lies right in these boxes. You don't use the right nut or the right bolt, and something's going to bound to be falling off.
These are all old clamps and fittings that have been pulled out of the car. They've been zinced all over again, medium plated. So it's all American, all back again, brand new.
So these are original parts
Or-
that are powder coated again,
Not powder coated, zinc.
zinc plated.
Yeah, zinc plated.
And you do the zinc plating because no rust.
No rust, and gives it more life again.
So how many more years is that good for now?
Again, another good 50 years.
Wow,
You don't dip it in salt water.
someone's going to inherit a beauty. And these are obviously the cutting tools and the punching tools. Yeah, the grinders. See, having a garage is one thing, but being meticulous like this so that you know it's organized, you know where to go for what, now that takes real dedication and order and organized. So you know if he rebuilds something, it's going to be equally organized inside, under the hood, in the engine. If for me, I could dismantle an engine, but putting it back, I don't think so. I wouldn't know what will go where. So what is this going on now here, Hafiz?
You're going to make your brackets out of this sheet metal. You just clean it up.
You think this has got enough gauge to hold the
Yep.
weight?
It's going to fold in. It's going to sandwich it over there.
And after clearing out all the rust and the gunk on this metal sheet, it's time to cut. Now, when a man pays so much attention to detail in his garage, I mean, look at this. This is impressive. And all he has to do next is do an inventory list, look for it on the computer, and be able to search it in a second. Which part of this garage will it be? But right now, that computer is in his mind, and no one else knows. Nobody's perfect, and this is the imperfect vision or view of his garage. All the stuff that doesn't need to be anywhere else or doesn't have any space or use is finding a halfway house here. A mezzanine floor. And Gulfie is finding a fabulous mod doctor right here.
Excavators for loaders.
So this is all the racks for the hub tools. Now, as you know from pictures earlier, he has plenty of loaders, excavators, and other four-wheel drive Jeeps to make this quarry efficient. I guess he fixes all of that right here. अब ये तो क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं.
कम घटना, हाँ ज्यादा नहीं, अंदर गाला नहीं है, 4 से ज्यादा का गाला नहीं
बराबर है।
हाँ
जो लेते थे उस पे
चल ना। अरे इधर नहीं कटेगा भाई, और अंदर जाने थे, ठेठ अंदर केची में।
So once all installed, when used, that's what the shower cube is going to look like. It opens up into a cube, giving you complete privacy on all 4 sides. Of course, the 4th side is against the car. It would be private anyway, but the 4th side is there to really shield the car from getting dirty with your laundry, so to speak, with the soap and all that we use. So it's the insides of that sheet that occasionally has to be cleaned. It's nothing more than a shower curtain with sides. So this little plate was a little too long, and instead of cutting the little millimeters off, he's decided to grind. Will it fit? The grinder worked, but it didn't. So they're going back there to the scissors. The cutter, the scissors, whatever you call it. That's
metal shear.
metal shear. That's the word I was looking for. You're right. You've heard of many coincidences जो इत्तेफाक कहते हैं हमारी ज़िंदगी में, और this gentleman शंकर एक ऐसा ही इत्तेफाक है जो मेरे ज़िंदगी में आप पहुंचा है, क्योंकि शायद मैं इसकी ज़िंदगी में कुछ मदद कर सकूं. I could help him. He is one of the hands here at the garage. And शंकर भाई,
हाँ जी,
आप बताओ आपकी दुविधा क्या है?
सुविधा ये है कि मेरी बेटी का लीवर हार्ड हो रहा है, कड़क हो रहा है, और उसका शरीर में कोपर बनता है. कॉपर की वजह से उसका एकदम हार्ड बन रहा है। तो क्या है,
और बेटी का उम्र कितना है?
बेटी का है 22 साल, 22।
22-year-old daughter. So Shankar's daughter, who's 22-year-old, has a problem with her liver. The body produces a lot of copper that settles in the liver, thereby hardening that liver. Bottom line, transplant की जरूरत पड़ेगी।
हाँ,
तो डॉक्टर कहते हैं कि ट्रांसप्लांट करना है। और लिवर डोनर कहाँ से मिलेगा?
अभी तो कोई जगह नहीं मिला।
अभी कोई जगह नहीं मिला। परिवार के अंदर देखा?
नहीं, अभी ये माने हम सिविल में गए थे तो बोले आपका ब्लड ग्रुप और ये सब चेक करना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद हम बता सकते हैं।
तो अभी टेस्ट नहीं हुआ?
नहीं,
चलिए फिर।
फाइल तो करवा दिए हमने और रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाया है। बोले आप आपका परिवार में चेकअप हो जाए, उसके बाद आप।
थैंक यू शंकर, फिर बाद में मिलते हैं।
थैंक यू सर।
And so that was Shankar's story unraveling right here. He has a daughter that needs a liver. And he has a family of loving people around that daughter. But he has no idea on how to go about this. He just goes by what the local government hospitals tell him. I'm hoping to get a friend of mine who's a transplant surgeon to be a part of this liver transplant surgeon to be a part of this conversation, so the advice and the guidance we give Shankar and his family could save her life. More on this story when they come home and we start the counseling session. So when doing all of these things in your garage, how does that make you feel?
Happy?
This is what you call a happy space?
Yes, happy space.
This is your
I'm home.
home. So there's a really famous dialogue in a film called Rambo. And it goes like this. What you call hell, he calls home. So this is finally done. Those are what was fabricated, as you saw earlier, and bolted on to the roof rack here. And now we're going to just try and close it in and see how it folds. And so that's what it looks like finally. You open the zipper, go inside, stand in here, and then we'll have a shower spout coming up from somewhere here, over here, from the water tank that we're going to fit in hopefully soon. And yeah, now we've got a complete private shower system. We could also use this as a privacy tent and put a commode down there if people want to go to the bathroom. And here we are demoing the closing of the contraption. ये बाजू करो ना। नहीं ऐसे जरूरत नहीं। जरूरत नहीं, इसको ऐसे ही रहने दो जैसे पहले था ना। हाँ, खाली इधर अभी जाएगा। हाँ, चल से। Those are the 4-wall shower curtains. Once it's all done, and you roll it up. Of course, we have to wipe it down dry once it's all wet. Let's stuff it into this bag. And this zipper It goes all the way back, facilitating a full opening of his bag. Then allows for the closer.
I'm doing the street thing. No. Don't come out.
Well, good job, Hafiz. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
One task done. Shukriya, bhaiya.